Prime Minister Mark Carney's list of nation-building projects has been released. It includes a liquefied natural gas or LNG expansion project, and here on the East Coast, a major wind energy project. To talk about that, we've reached Premier Tim Houston in Stellarton, Nova Scotia. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Premier Houston, what's your reaction to the PM throwing his weight behind the Wind West project you have been championing?
I'm incredibly excited. This is a huge day for Nova Scotia, a huge day for Atlantic Canada, but really for Canada as well. I mean, the projects across the country, the focus on making Canada an energy superpower and building Canada strong. These are really important things. So I'm really grateful for the Prime Minister's leadership on that. And I'm really grateful that Ottawa and Minister Hudson and Prime Minister, they recognize that Nova Scotia can contribute to the goal of making Canada an energy superpower with our wind project. The offshore wind potential we have is so incredible. They've recognized that. I recognize that. And what this really means in the fullness of time is clean, green energy, significant amounts of it that will attract billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars of investment to Nova Scotia, to Atlantic Canada, to build out the transmission, tens more billion dollars to build the generation, thousands of jobs over for generations. This is a big day for our province, and I'm grateful to Ottawa, but I'm really excited for Nova Scotia. It's a big day.
And you say today's recognition of Wind West as a project of national interest is an important first step in the process. So when will we see wind turbines in the water, and when can we expect the power to begin flowing?
Yeah, so it's going to take a couple of years to build this project out, 5 years, something in that range, to really get it flowing. But today's really important because the next step is, well, obviously we'll open up, requests for proposals. We'll start to pre-qualify bidders, and then we'll have a bidding process. But what really happened today is, we have incredible potential. We can produce over, 40, 50, 60 gigawatts of clean, green energy offshore in Nova Scotia, and we only use 2 to 3. So when you produce that much, you need to have a market for the rest. So that means, you need to be able to transmit it and sell it to other markets, maybe in Quebec or Ontario or beyond. And that was kind of a piece that was missing. But with the designation today, we can go back to the market, people who will be bidding for the opportunity to build it and spend the money. We can go back to them and say, look, now there is certainty that the country is behind this and we can build out the transmission and you will be able to move the energy. So it's really significant. It increased the value of our proposition to the private money people who are going to make the investments and make those jobs, create those jobs, and really do a lot of good for Canada. The risk just went down for them. So that means the value went up, the opportunity went up. And I'm really grateful and excited about what this means for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years for our province, because it's big.
And you've talked about the job creation and the benefits of this, but do we know how much Nova Scotians will be putting into this, Nova Scotia taxpayers?
Yeah, so Minister Hudson has said he wants to come down right away and talk about the details of the federal government, maybe investment tax credit program, access to the infrastructure bank. But look, it's going to be private money that drives this, and that's what's really important. And the jobs will be across the spectrum. It'll be everything from highly qualified engineers, really sophisticated and specialized engineers, caterers, to every possible type of tradesperson. So this is a big boon for Nova Scotia, and it's because in the offshore we have world-class wind speeds, the best in the world, by 10% faster than the North Sea. Big wind speeds. It blows a lot. The bottom depth is good. It looks like the bottom structure is good for, erecting fixed towers there. So we have all of the conditions. What we just needed was some certainty over the path to market and the transmission. There'll be investments by governments in this, provincial and federal, I'm sure, but I am absolutely 100% convinced that the return on those investments will be dwarf them. But we have to make it happen, and the return to the province and the opportunities that this creates for not just people building this project, but having access to that wind it opens doors for all kinds of other industries as well, investments in our ports, investments in manufacturing. This is a really big moment for Nova Scotia, and I'm very excited.
And I know it is still early. Is there a dollar amount that you're hoping for from the federal government for this project?
Well, we're going to talk to them on the investment tax credit thing. That would be so people will invest money, and then they'll get tax credits, on their tax returns and stuff like that. We'll look at it like we're asking for somewhere in the range of 15 to 20% in tax credits. That's not uncommon. That happens on all kinds of other projects that have been across the country. We're not asking for anything new. We're just asking for programs that the federal government has to be extended, or to make sure that they include this offshore wind opportunity. But what a great day for Nova Scotia and a great day for Canada all around.
All right, well, thank you for your time tonight, Premier.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston in Stellarton, Nova Scotia. We'll take a short break now. Weather is just ahead. Stay with us.